Another great cause on our minds as well, Dave. We all take the water that we drink for granted. But in parts of the world, families are forced to drink dirty water. Parents have to give their kids water that causes illnesses like cholera and dysentery, and often death. Grammy Award-winning musician Kenna wanted to draw attention to the global clean water crisis, so he brought a group of scientists, activists, friends, and celebrities to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest mountain. And their journey was captured in a documentary for MTV entitled Summit on the Summit.
This mountain has its own mind, and I'll be lucky if I get to the top. I'll be thankful if I get to the top, but I'm not underestimating what's ahead of us. I'm worried. People are sick. People have knee problems. People are cold. It's all mental at this point. I don't know how well people are going to be able to pull it off considering they've never done it before. The last time I was here, that's what happened to me. It wasn't that I was like sick, but I could have been more focused and just allowed myself to be sick until I got there. So I've charged my brain this time. If I vomit or if I trip or if I, have frozen toes and feet when I come off and I have to get them amputated, I'm going.
Kenna is back in one piece. We're happy to report from the peak, along with actor Emile Hirsch, who also made the climb. Gentlemen, good morning to you and congratulations.
No, thank you for having us.
We watch you, Kenna, the leader of this expedition, determined to make it to the top of that mountain no matter what happens. And you talk constantly about what made the difference for you, because last time you tried to scale this mountain, you couldn't. But this time you had so many people along with you.
Right.
How is it that you came to lead this army up Mount Kilimanjaro?
You know what? I'm really blessed in my life to have really great friends. I think that's the key to it. The first time I went to Kilimanjaro, I actually climbed by myself. I literally went on my own, had a guide, a few porters, and I didn't have the guidance of anybody letting me know that I could be okay, I would be okay if I continued on. So this time when I went, all of my friends were actually behind me, supporting me on the steps beyond 18,200, which made me come down last time. But it's the allies, I think, friends that actually believe in the subject of clean water, the global clean water crisis, and wanted to know more about it, that actually made it a powerful climb.
And you really made them and all of us believe in this, because the first thing you did when you got to Africa before the climb is take them to this dirty swamp where these villagers are forced to drink the water. This is a place where you mentioned cows defecate, and then families have to take this water out and give it to their children. When I saw that, I got it. I got the importance of this.
It's a difficult situation. I mean, water is scarce, and when they do have water, it's rainwater, and sometimes that's the only thing they have, and they don't have the education to actually know what to do with that water, how to clean that water, if there's even a way to do that. So they end up having to use it. It's just the way that it is. And we learned, the climb was built to actually have people learn about the subject, so we went there first because we wanted to see what we were doing this for. But beyond
and you
that,
had a very personal connection to it too, because of your dad, right?
Yeah, and I think that's what my friends latched onto at first. Is my dad, when he was really young, had waterborne diseases at a really young age. We also lost my uncle to waterborne diseases, and a lot of his friends and family. And I learned about 3 years ago that that had happened, and I just couldn't just sit by knowing that I hadn't known that my whole life and let that happen or continue to happen. So we really decided to focus on it, and Summit on the Summit was born.
Is that what got you, Emile, to really cling to this project as well and agree to do it?
You know, I'd worked a little bit with Oxfam America in the last 2 years, and I'd gone to the Congo for a week, and I'd gone to Zimbabwe just to see the programs that they were doing. So I'd seen a lot of kind of water-related programs. So I knew a little bit more about the subject than I would have if I hadn't gone. So when Kenna called me, it was about 3 weeks before the climb. So everyone had been training for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. You know, our friend Shannon, said she was training for a whole year. So I get there and I go, okay, I got 3 weeks. So I, look up on YouTube some climbers, their personal videos, and they're all like throwing in the towel, and they're like, I can't do it, I'm vomiting, and all this stuff.
And you could have thrown in the towel because you got very, very sick, but you didn't. You made it all the way up to the top, 19,340 feet. All of you did. It was the largest group to ever successfully scale this mountain, or any mountain as far as I'm aware of. What was the toughest part for you, Emile, and how'd you get through it?
Well, I kind of had an unforeseen kind of, you know, I got like a medical ailment on the thing, so I had to have a lot of antibiotics as I was climbing, so it kind of increased the challenge in an unforeseeable way. And I really realized how much I wanted to get to the top, and you know, there was 2 times where I almost had to be evacuated, and it was kind of scary, and there was definitely the risk where you know, we weren't sure if I had an infection that was going to rapidly spread, and so.
But he's a champion.
He's all of you. Look at that picture. That was the magic moment when they celebrated their success and spread their message, which is send water. There's a very easy way to help this cause, which you reveal at the end of the documentary, and I'm sure everybody will stay tuned to the end because it is riveting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.